You know, you have those moments in life, don't you, where, you know, everything feels like it's crumbling around you. And I think sometimes it's having that resilience. Yeah, I mean, for me, the biggest thing at the minute is getting my feature film finished. So it was a micro-budget feature film. So it was made for £25,000, which is not a lot of money for a feature film. And so there's so much rejection. You do have to have a really thick skin. And I think earlier on in my career, those no's would hit really hard. But the trick to rejection is to just keep getting rejected. If you keep getting it so many times, you kind of expect it a little bit.
Hello, welcome to the Spiral One podcast. My name is Andrea Molina. Thank you for tuning in. And we have with us an amazing guest. Her name is Sherice. She'll be sharing with her lovely story to inspire others. So, Sherice, can you tell us a little bit more about you? Thank you for coming to the show.
It's a pleasure to be here. So, as you mentioned, my name is Sherice Griffiths and I'm a writer-director and I've just finished production on my first feature film.
Amazing. Yeah. I heard a little bit that you actually, before getting into these screenwriting and all of these things that you do, you actually have a BAFTA Rock Lift award. Is that award?
Yes. It was an award. So the BAFTA Rockcliffe is a sort of writing competition for up-and-coming TV writers where you submit 10 pages of a script and they pick, you know, the best ones. And I won that a couple of years ago, which was really exciting.
Amazing. So tell us a little bit, how did you get into this lovely, crazy, hard industry? Because it's not easy.
No, it's absolutely not easy. I suppose my kind of intro to film was I went to film school. I went to Westminster University and studied film and TV production. But I always kind of knew from a young age that I wanted to make movies. Like when I was 8 years old, I had like my family handy cam and we'd run around and just make movies with me and my cousin and then we'd inflict them upon our families and make them watch them. So I was like, okay, I can make people pay me to do this. So this is great. So that was my plan. And I kind of fell into kind of comedy and writing and directing that way, just through means of kind of doing it off my own back and just wanting to do it so much.
Yeah, that's amazing. Because how did you, I mean, you said it's comedy.
Yeah.
Comedy is also not easy.
No.
Not easy.
It's not. No, it's really not.
No. So how did you find out that that's what you wanted to do, specifically about comedy and the things that you do?
Yeah, I think with comedy, it was kind of like I was writing a drama and then suddenly I would find something really funny that I wanted to do. And I was like, wouldn't it be really funny if, you know, the vase fell down and then they had to deal with this situation? And everything I wrote that was serious always kind of started skewing a bit more comedy. So I was like, okay, clearly this is like what I'm interested in. And I kind of focused a bit more on, just kind of rolling with it really and kind of leaning into the comedy aspect. And it is hard because it's so subjective. And I think comedy's a really hard nut to crack. And I'm not a stand-up comedian and I'm really bad at jokes in person. But when I can sit down and write and come up with, you know, fun little moments, then that seems to be where I can kind of draw the comedy in best.
Yeah, you use your creativity to just take it out of you.
Yeah.
That's so nice. But also, the most difficult times when you started, what was the most difficult that touched you to say not to give up? Because again, this industry, you receive loads of no's.
Yeah.
No, rejection. I mean, that's, if you don't know what you're gonna go for, especially in this industry, then you might as well keep on doing something else because you need to get ready emotionally and to no's. So what was the most difficult part that didn't make you actually give up?
I mean, it's a tricky one. There's so much rejection in this industry. And, you know, I thought after 10 years of doing it, I would be much further along in my career. But, you know, I don't have rich parents and I don't have, you know, huge amounts of connection. So it's all kind of been off my own back and just trying to, you know, create things where I can. So there's so much rejection. You do have to have a really thick skin. And I think earlier on in my career, those no's would hit really hard. But the trick to rejection is to just keep getting rejected. If you keep getting it so many times, you kind of expect it a little bit. So when you get a yes, it's a real bonus and it's like a really, you know, a great moment because actually you kind of broke through something. So like when I won the BAFTA Rockcliffe, that was like my first big win of anything. So I was like, oh wow, okay, I'm okay at this. So this is really cool. But I was expecting a no again. So it's having that kind of that expectation of being like, well, if I throw everything at, you know, everything, hopefully something will stick. And eventually a one no could turn into a yes later down the
Yes.
line. So that's kind of always been my sort of methodology, I suppose, is to just apply to as many things as possible, kind of expect the rejection, but just, if there's a yes, that's great.
Definitely.
If it's a no, just move on to the next thing and kind of keep looking for opportunities and making opportunities as well. So
There's a lot of resilience there as well.
yeah.
Like you said, you have to have a hard skin
Yeah.
to receive all those rejects all the time, but also there must be a passion as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I
Because
think
there's a passion. Do you do anything else apart from what you're doing right now?
I'm full-time writing and directing now, which is great. So
Amazing.
yeah, that's kind of my full-time thing. But before that, I used to work in commercials and branded content. So the day job was very much, I'd go to an office 9 to 5, we'd make films and videos for like corporate clients, but we do some fun things too. So I did work for like the Gruffalo and Krispy Kreme. So it was kind of a fun creative outlet, but it wasn't quite where I wanted to be. But I used it as a tool to kind of develop my craft and to kind of keep pushing forward, because you need money, and it's really hard when you start out because there's no money.
It's not money.
No.
Especially in this industry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know I became familiar with the industry like 2 years ago. And I mean, I'm not part of that industry, but I am in a way. But I've been to networks, and I've seen the way actually my partner works as well in that industry, that it's been hard. And other people, they want to go for it, but they still do a part-time job, which has got nothing to do with what they're doing.
Yeah.
Which is actually congratulations, because you're still on it.
Yeah.
How did the BAFTA rough clip? It was a 24-hour. So there were 24-hour writing.
That one was more of a spec script. So
Yeah.
I'd written a full full TV pilot for that one, and then you send in 10 pages, and then they kind of take it from that. But I have done a few of the 24-hour screenwriting competitions.
God, it must be crazy.
Yeah.
What was the craziest one that you did?
Oh, a 24-hour screenwriting competition where you had to write a short film in 24 hours. They would give you the prompt. They would give you like a location and maybe like one detail you had to include. So yeah, just to kind of write something super fast, get it out into the world and kind of like be happy with it. That was
What's your
probably
favourite one?
My favourite one? Well, I actually won one of those contests, so that was really cool.
Oh.
So that was my favourite. And I wrote a script called Danny's War, which was about a little girl who was being babysat by her grandpa. And basically she put him into jail, and he couldn't go and answer the door because he was in jail, but the parents were trying to get back into the house. They thought something had happened. They have to break back into the house, and then they realise everything is fine. But she's kind of like lured him into this fantasy world and got caught up in it. But yeah, that was a really fun one to write.
That was a bit fun.
Yeah.
So any tips? Actually, before going to the tips, any further or any plans for what you do? Or do you want to stay there, concentrate on what you're doing right now? Or do you have any plans, any projects, bigger films, or?
Yeah, I mean, for me, the biggest thing at the minute is getting my feature film finished. So it was a micro-budget feature film. So it was made for £25,000, which is not a lot of money for a feature film.
Imagine.
Yeah, I actually wrote it in 4 days, which is quite ridiculous because it was a feature film. I wrote like 80 pages in 4 days, but I had this locked-in focus, and I was like, I just need to get this done. And then we shot it in May, June, and now it's in post-production. So my focus at the moment...
I saw the post, I saw it in April.
Yeah.
I saw the video that you posted, and now it's already done.
Yeah, it's done, but it's not finished. So it's we're going through post-production, editing and colour grading and all of that stuff. So that's kind of my big focus on that at the moment. And then just trying to plan for the next feature film, really. So hopefully we can get some more money for that one. That would be nice.
You're going for the Oscar instead of BAFTA.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You're going for big things.
Oh, well, we can try.
Yeah, why not? I mean, like you said, sometimes we need to be ready for no's.
Yeah.
But if it's a yes, you never know, unexpected. Like we could become little children, not making expectatives.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we'd be like, it's going to be a yes, but then it's a big no.
Yeah.
So with any tips that you would like to give for, the screenwriters that they are actually starting, again, it's not easy.
Yeah, no, it's not easy. But I think for me, what really helped kind of hone my craft as a screenwriter was writing as many things as possible and not kind of getting too deep into like one project and just giving it all my focus. I think it was a case of... I actually got into screenwriting in COVID. I don't know if this is useful, but I got kind of into it in COVID because there wasn't much else to do.
Yeah.
And it was really difficult because I couldn't go out and make films. So I really focused in on screenwriting, and I did lots of online courses, and I did like as many free things as possible in terms of like networking. And I felt that really kind of was like a crash course in screenwriting. So I did like, COVID was 2 years? So like 2 solid years of just focused on random writing of scripts. And then a few of those I kind of used for like submissions to, competitions and stuff like that. And yeah, a few of them did quite well. So it was a case of just, you know, just writing what I wanted to write and putting it out there. So I guess it's the cliche, it's the write as much as possible. I guess don't hedge all your bets on one thing, because actually you could end up writing something completely random that does really well. And those are the ones that tend to do best.
Yeah, I think it's believing in yourself as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Believe in yourself.
Definitely believe in yourself. You're quite young, actually. You look quite young.
33.
By the way, Shireen contacted me by Instagram.
I did,
So
yes.
that's
Yeah.
how we met, and that's how we meet in here. Thank you for coming again to the
It's a
show.
pleasure.
You know, so your story is going to be inspiring someone else that might be thinking, what am I going to do in my life? How is it going to be?
Yeah.
So let me just ask you a question, then we just keep on going with the flow, with the conversation. So if you ever had the power to go back and speak to the little Shireen, what would you tell her?
What would I say? I would say it's not going to happen when you want it to happen. It's a case of everything you do is a process, and it will take time. Things will take longer than you think. And the things you don't expect will work out for the best. So even the things that you think are no's and rejections, and you think, you know, the world is ending, those things that can actually be the best things that are going to happen to you.
Yeah. So regarding, do you live here with a family? Do you have any support from the family? Or they also where now that's not going to give you money?
Well, I don't get support from... Well, I do. I absolutely do get support from my mum. She's, you know, my mum and my dad both believe in me and are very passionate about me. They can't really help me financially very often because they've got their own jobs and mortgages and things like that to worry about. But they're very supportive. They know I'm going to be a poor filmmaker for a long time. But they hope one day I will get the Oscar so I can buy them a house.
We have a half that rock lived. I mean, that is more than enough. And I guess you achieve a lot in what you're doing. In any other projects that you come out after you finish this feature film, is there you have anything else written down for another one?
Yeah, I've written the next one. So
have you?
Yes, it's ready to go. I actually wrote that one before I wrote this one. So before the one I've just finished filming, this is one that I've had sat in a drawer for a couple of years. I've been trying to pitch, trying to get it out into the world.
That's nice. Is it possible for you to share a little bit about what it's all about?
Yeah, of course.
The feature film. The new one? Yes.
The new one or the new one?
the one in...
The one that I'm trying to get out next.
Not the pending one, the one that's already in process.
The one that's in the process.
Yeah.
Yes, sure. So the film is called Damaged Goods, and it's a comedy revenge thriller about a girl who kills her fiance, he's a nasty piece of work. He deserves it. He's a horrible man. And so she calls her best friend for help. Who they're both a little bit posh, and they basically have to try and get rid of a body, and they have no idea what to do. So they end up getting caught up in all these sort of like, they get involved with this drug ring, and you know, a few bodies pile up along the way, so they cause chaos in their wake. But it's a really fun buddy comedy, and it's really about, you know, the relationship between these two best friends coming together in, you know, a very dramatic but also very fun situation.
Yeah, it must be. Is it bloody?
Oh yeah, very bloody.
Bloody comedy, bloody
comedy. Yeah, exactly.
And the one pending as well?
Slightly different vibe, but it's called Highland Stag, and that is a comedy buddy friendship kind of film. So that's more of basically a guy goes on a stag weekend, his friends leave him naked and alone in the Highlands.
Oh my God.
And he ends up being arrested by a former police officer who thinks he's just a wandering vagrant basically. And so she's trying to bring him to justice, but again get kind of dragged into some other things along the way. And yeah, it's quite a fun little story.
Yeah. So have you ever been in a moment of your life saying, I'm going to give up?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There's been dark days where it's been, you know, when I was making this film, there was a moment a week before production where my producer dropped out of the production. No. And it was a week before we started shooting. So I spent the whole weekend just sort of laying on the floor being like, this is it. I'm not going to be able to make this movie.
No.
Yeah, it was really sad. And I was like, this is dreadful. But by Monday I was like, no, I'm going to pick myself up. We're going to try and do this. We've got so many things in place. I'm just going to call everyone I know and try and get a new producer. And we managed to do it. So
you did. Oh my God. So that was going to be an Oscar. Definitely. Definitely. Because it's like getting on the floor for 2 days, thinking about life.
Yeah. You know, you have those moments in life, don't you? Where, you know, everything feels like it's crumbling around you. And I think sometimes it's having that resilience, and it's having that, you know, that drive to push through even the hardest things, even when you think it's all over. Actually, if you can find the drive in you to kind of push something forwards, that's when things can happen, I think. And it's not always going to work out, but
it's not always.
You've given it your best shot.
Also, that's when you find out where the people that actually, support you appear. Otherwise, you know, like you said, the director, wasn't it, that he left?
The producer just...
The producer just... And you wasn't expecting that.
No.
But you still keep on going. I'm sure it wasn't the first time that you've been through this.
No, I mean, there's been various things, but this was quite a sort of shit moment. It was like okay, this is bad. But yeah, we managed to, again, like you say, it's pulling people around you and finding that support who, you know, finding the people that can help you through those moments. And yeah, absolutely. I couldn't have done it without, you know, the support of my partner. I couldn't have done it without, you know, the support of my mum being like, you know what, I'm going to help you as well. And all my friends rallying around me being like, what can we do? And yeah, without that, we wouldn't have a movie.
Yeah, sometimes we think that, we could do it by myself, I'm strong, but there's things that we actually need someone there to support us and remind us that we actually here for a reason. Because you're here for a reason, you're doing this for a reason, you're doing to bring to people some love.
Yeah.
Even though it's bloody.
It
sounds amazing. I can't wait to see the first one maybe whenever it comes. But still, after these ones, what's your plans in the future apart from just being what you are?
I guess plans, just kind of keep making movies and just enjoying the process, really. I think for me, if I can make movies for the rest of my life, then I'll be happy. I don't need to make money. It'd be nice. But, you know, if I can keep doing what I love, that's for me enough. And, mostly just making movies and doing jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu? Well, you're blue, right?
Yeah,
you're
blue belt, yes.
Are you planning to go more?
Yeah.
Black belt?
Oh, yeah, hopefully. I mean, one day. I've had a few sort of injuries and things like that have kind of slowed the process a little bit, but it's, it's a massive part of my life and I love doing it.
What other hobbies do you like apart from jiu-jitsu?
Oh, other hobbies? I mean, most of it's jiu-jitsu, I'm not going to lie. I do powerlifting as well, so I've just got into that quite recently.
Oh.
So, yeah, doing lots of weight training. I've got a powerlifting competition coming up in December. And that'll be the first time I've ever done like a competition.
Oh my God.
So.
How's the process going? Because you have to start from zero.
Well, not zero.
Or you knew some.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a process because, again, I had an injury. So I had dislocated my knee about 6 months ago. So I've been coming back off the injury and trying to get back to where I was before. But yeah, no, powerlifting's been amazing, actually. I really enjoy it. It kind of goes quite well with jiu-jitsu because you get stronger and that helps the jiu-jitsu. But yeah, no, powerlifting's great fun. It's not something I ever thought I'd be into, but actually doing it.
How did you manage to get in there? What came into your head to go into doing powerlifting?
Well, in our gym, we have basically two sections. We have the jiu-jitsu section, we have the powerlifting section, and they don't tend to cross too much, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to go and try this out and see what it's all about. And we've got a massive like female powerlifting team at our gym, and it just looks, you know, there's so many great people and they're all very inspiring, and you go to a class and you're all kind of rooting for each other, and there's a real, you know, camaraderie about it, which is just amazing. So if no one's done, you know, if you haven't done powerlifting before, definitely give it a go because it's really fun.
I'm getting inspired. I want to do powerlifting.
It's great fun. There's so many strong women. It's incredible. There's about 10 of us all doing it, and occasionally a couple of boys show up. But the girls, you know, they put them to shame sometimes.
Oh, wow.
They're very impressive. So yeah, I mean, give it a go. It's great.
And that's
fun.
when the whole idea came. I'm going to combine it because it's a combination you're doing there.
Yeah, exactly.
To be strong, to get better in jiu-jitsu, but you also go into competition.
Yeah, exactly. Just for fun, just to try it out because.
And the competition idea.
Yeah. My partner roped me in. She wanted to do it, so I was like, okay, fine, we'll both do it.
Oh, but at least you got support from her. She does what you do as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
just
amazing.
Jiu-jitsu and powerlifting.
So apart from that, it's just hobbies.
Yeah, I mean, that
and
takes up
writing.
most of the time. Writing, yeah, making movies. That fills up 90% of the day. I'm also a bit of a gamer, so I like, you know, coming home, playing some video games in the evening.
What video games do you like?
At the moment, I'm playing Horizon Forbidden West again, and Fallout, and what else have I been playing? Skyrim. Lots of sort of adventure games where there's like lots of story and lots of fun things you can kind of do and kind of go into these worlds and forget the rest of the world for a bit.
Yeah,
you need to have
that
switch off, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Sometimes we need that for you to get inspired and use your creativity. Do you use any books? Do you read any books that makes you? Because I mean, writing a feature film is you have to have loads of imagination.
Yeah.
So I guess you must use something, or you just come out.
With that one, he just came out, to be honest. Sometimes, you know, I'll look for inspiration in everything, in everyday life. You know, I'll be people watching at the bus stop and kind of seeing what people are up to and kind of just being like, what's the story here? And using, you know, things like that. But, you know, I love to read. I love listening to audiobooks as I'm travelling around. And, yeah, I think all of that stuff kind of feeds into your imagination. So just watching movies, watching plays, all of it kind of just helps spark that creativity, especially when you don't feel creative, you know, because you're going to have writer's block and you're going to struggle. It's not always going to be sit down, here's a screenplay.
Flow,
it's not like that. It's always, sometimes it's a real slog, sometimes it's great, but it's, you know, looking for those moments of inspiration all around you.
Have you had any plans of taking or going somewhere else around the world to record any films? Or?
Oh yeah, I'd love to.
What about?
Love to. Well, my new one is in Scotland. I've got, you know, I've got family up in Scotland, so for me that's always kind of been like my home away from home. So not too far away, but you know, far enough that it's different. But I'd love to go and film somewhere in America, or you know, somewhere in Europe. Just
Colombia.
Yeah, anywhere.
Colombia.
Yeah. Somewhere warm would be nice. I think I'll set my next one on a beach, and maybe in Spain or somewhere nice.
Yeah, why not? I mean, whatever comes and is good, just take it. Any opportunities, you know, because money comes and goes, but opportunities, they don't. And sometimes that's what we think about. Also, people get lost looking for money.
Yeah.
Like I said from the beginning, just money, but they don't do what they love.
Yeah.
And what you said was really interesting, because you're doing what you love, and you said it doesn't give you much money, but you're doing what you love.
Yeah.
And some people scared of that.
Yeah.
They're scared of doing what they love because they think that what they love won't give them money, when actually at the end it might be the price that they will give you money. So I mean, resilience that you had, and you telling me that it's not easy and inspiring every day, even from the little ant. I'm sure you see a little ant and you make a little story of an ant, or the ant's going to kill someone else. But so other things that I would like to find out about you is that you don't only just write things, but you also are you an actor?
I haven't really got into acting.
Have you thought about it?
I've thought about it, and I did a little bit in my youth as like the local youth theatre, but I much prefer being behind the camera, I found.
Really?
Yeah, I'm much better behind the camera. Like, even this is very alien to me. I'm always like, I should be behind the camera, fiddling with the lenses and things like that. But I think there's a lot of merit in knowing acting, so I've done a few like courses and things like that, but as a director and as a writer, just knowing the world of actors, it just makes it a lot easier to kind of communicate with them. And, you know, they're not like an alien. You're trying to, you know, be like, do this thing, be a tree. And you can kind of communicate to them a bit better. And you have to break through those initial like barriers, I guess, when you meet new actors. Yeah. And there's always different ways of talking to people. But I think, there's a lot of merit in it, but it's probably not for me.
That's interesting. Yes. I mean, if you don't like one thing, maybe the other. Yeah. So I know people, they like both. Yeah. And I'm sure it's a bit challenging, because when you're a director and actor at the same time, and someone else is directing you, you're just like, yeah. Maybe they want to direct, but they have to stay still because right now they're in a mood of acting. Yeah. But the last thing, I mean, I think this is perfect, amazing for you to be sharing your story, the resilience you had, the hard times you had, and I'm sure there's going to be more, but you're still there. Because that's your passion, and you show that's your passion. So where can people find you to get more information, or the stories, or what the things you do? Where can we find you? Would you mind telling us where they can find you?
Yeah, of course. You can find me on Instagram. My handle is sherice.g, and I have a website called roguishfilms.com, and that's my production company, where you'll see all of my film work and various bits and pieces to do with what I'm up to.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for sharing with us your lovely story. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure we'll have another one telling us how the feature film's gone. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe you're going to tell us, I got an Oscar this time.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Why not? Thank you so much for coming. Pleasure. And then thank you so much for tuning in, for listening to Lovely Stories. Come back to see more lovely stories, inspiring from powerful women in this world. Thank you.